João Felix, Rafael Leao and Francisco Conceição was on the bench. For Sebastian de Sabre's team, his sub-goalkeepers are Timothy Fayulu and Matui Apollo. There alongside Dylan Batum-Sinka, Yoris Kayembe, Gedeon Kalulu, Nathaniel Mbuku, Teo Bongonda, Noah Sadiki, Aaron Shabola, Charles Pickle, Brian Chapenga, Gail Kakuta, Mashiek Elia, Fiston Mayeli and Simon Banza. So we are underway in this game now here in Houston at the Houston Stadium. It is a beautiful venue for football. Here, Portugal in their all-red strip, whilst Congo in their all-blue strip. Keeping it nice and simple for me here as the commentator. Houston Stadium, the 8th biggest in the United States of America, holds just over 72,000, and it's sea of red with blue shirts dotted about. Portugal, who come into the World Tournament as one of the favourites. They currently rank as the 4th favourites, with most bookmakers just behind Spain, France and England, of course, who play their opening game against Croatia straight after this at 9 p.m. You can watch this game, and you can watch that game with your local broadcasters, of course. Ball comes out to the right side with João Cancelo. Here is Cancelo on the ball on this right side. Just comes inside towards Vitinha. Vitinha will give it to Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes, the left fullback, plays it to his club teammate. João Neves goes back out to Mendes. And give it to Pedro Neto. Neto will play a 1-2 with Bruno Fernandes now. It's Ronaldo. Out to the right side with Cancelo. He tries a left-footed cross into the box. That'll just be blocked off at source. But now Nuno Mendes will send it in, and it's Chancel Mbemba who will block it off. Ball's going to come all the way back to Renato Veiga. Send it down the line. It's a quick 1-2 for Portugal. It's going to be shifted across towards this right side. Now it's Cancelo. Cancelo out to Bernardo Silva. Up against Arthur Masuaku, former Manchester City player, against the current Sunderland man, who used to play for West Ham United. Goes out to João Neves on this left side. Now it's with Bernardo Silva. Now Pedro Neto. Just comes back to Bruno Fernandes. He's in the form of his life, but that will just be headed by Mutasami. Goes up towards Makeu, and he's just bundled over it, and be an early free kick for the side in all blue, just inside their own half, as João Cancelo was just trying to recover for the Portuguese national team. A little bit of a loose foul there by him. Just how he just held back up onto his feet. Johan Visser just drop it in. It's all the way back to Tuan Zabi. Zabi out to the left side. Steve Capaldi into Arthur Masuaku. Back Zabi. Out to the right side, a little bit loose, and here is Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo driving in on the left side of the box. Bounces back to Bruno Fernandes with Nuno Mendes. Mendes will play a 1-2 down there. It's going to go all the way out to the right side. It's well touched by João Cancelo. Puts it down. Just goes back to Arejo. Arejo into Renato Veiga. There is Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto will just force it up. There's Chancel Mbemba. Mbemba's turn just to launch it up. It's just cut out by Renato Veiga. And we'll go out for a throw. So all the way out on the right side now with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It's cheaply given away. It's just going to be cleared away by Axel Tuanzebe. Comes all the way back to Arejo now. Arejo into Vitinha. Vitinha out to the left side. Now it's with Pedro Neto. Neto into Nuno Mendes. Goes back into his teammate of Paris Saint-Germain. Vitinha. Moving the ball well at the moment on Martinez's side. Just going to be sent over to the right flank. Well touched down by João Cancelo. Fires it across the 6-yard box, but it's West Ham United's Aaron Wan-Bissaka is able to clear. Comes back into Vitinha. Nice with Pedro Neto. Left-footed cross. It's well headed, and it's the opening game of the tournament for Portugal. And the opening goal comes from João Neves. Portugal's teenage sensation just headed it into the back of the net as it floated in, and João Neves, who isn't well known for his goal-scoring exploits, but on that occasion he has put it away like he's Cristiano Ronaldo. It's his first goal for his international side since November of 2025, when he scored in the 9-1 victory against Armenia. But it's a superb cross into the box by Pedro Neto, and João Neves has just prodded it into the bottom corner. The goalkeeper, Lionel Mpasu, is basically just a bystander as he watches it pass him. And João Neves, the 21-year-old, 6 minutes on the clock, he gives Portugal the lead, and it's an absolute nightmare start for the Democratic Republic of Congo. And João Neves is the man who just powered it home. And Congo, who haven't even got into Portugal's half yet, it looks like it might be a long day for them. Ball comes into Johan Visser. Visser's able to turn. Goes out to the right flank to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Tries to play it inside. Comes all the way back into Muchasami. Muchasami will just play it out to the left side. Touchdown by Arthur Masuaku. Masuaku will cross it in and goes off João Cancelo, and then we'll just bounce back. Fullback is Sebastian de Sabra. Instructions for his team. He's looking smart today in a black suit. He's never lost a game by more than 1 goal since becoming the Congo manager as de Sabra. Led Congo to a very strong AFCON 2023 campaign. He's coached in Africa, Europe, and to Arejo. If there's a weak spot in this squad, people would say that it comes in the central defensive positions, especially with Ruben Diaz of Manchester City not available. No longer have the legendary Pepe in their squad, so look at 2 domestic-based players typically competing for the spot alongside Ruben Diaz, but actually today Renato Veiga, formerly of Chelsea, currently at Spanish side Villarreal, is partnering Thomas Arejo of Benfica. Which is a bit of a statement to the Sporting Lisbon central defender Gonçalo Inácio, who typically was Ruben Diaz's partner. Now looks like he's the 4th choice. Roberto Martinez will be hoping that Diaz returns to full fitness later on in the tournament, because he's one of the best central defenders in the world, but at the moment they've not had to defend once, as it is João Neves on the ball. Just goes back into Renato Veiga. Goes all the way up towards Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes just being tackled by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. The offside flag actually goes up, so Gianni Infantino watches on. VIP seats. So the free kick just goes inside towards the goalkeeper in all grey, Lionel Passy. Messi will give it to Arthur Masuaku. Masuaku inside towards Tuanzebe. And Capaldi will just go back to his goalkeeper. Just going to launch it up. On the way.
Portugal's half, yeah.
By Nuno Mendes. Now it's Johan Visser out on the right side. He's got support of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Will swing across in. Just going to be headed by the fullback of Portugal. Cancelo comes out to Visser, though. It's not far off. The goalkeeper, Diogo Costa, was certainly worried, and those Congo supporters certainly enjoyed what they saw there. Johan Visser, a left-footed strike at goal. It was not far off at all. If anything, his touch to the left side was just a little bit outside of his body, and he's ended up dragging it wide a goal, but he won't be able to believe it. 10 minutes on the clock, but being thoroughly entertained at the moment. And I'll tell you what, the World Cup so far has brought us so many good games. So here it is with Vitinha. Vitinha on it. Vitinha will just play a 1-2 with Nuno Mendes. Mendes back to Arejo. Arejo will just play it into João Neves, the goal scorer for Portugal. Plays it out to the left side with Nuno Mendes now. Inside to Renato Veiga. Veiga out to the right side. Comes into Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva on the ball. Back to Renato Veiga. Now it's with the number 23, Vitinha. Back to number 13, Renato Veiga. Veiga on the ball. Just on the right side now, and then comes inside to Bernardo Silva. It's a loose touch taken by him, and he commits the foul, and it's an early booking, actually. A little bit surprised, in fact, to see the referee go straight to his pocket. Cristiano Ronaldo is arguing with Abdulrahman Ibrahim Al-Jassim, and it actually looked like he was about to book Cristiano Ronaldo before I think he realised that Ronaldo was the captain, so he is entitled to speak to him. So Bernardo Silva does get the ball, but then the contact is studs on the ankle of number 25, Edo Kayembe. I don't think Bernardo Silva can really complain about it, to be honest. Edo Kayembe is, but this is the first yellow card of the game. Abdulrahman Ibrahim Al-Jassim. He's from Qatar. Refereed 2 games at a World Cup before in his home country of Qatar. Ball comes inside. Oh, that's fantastic footwork. It's now going to be a shot from distance. It's going to be blocked off by Thomas Arejo, but it was Cedric Bakambu coming forward, persevering, got his shot away. Well, blocked off and has gone out for a corner, but it could be a good opportunity for Sebastian de Sabra's team to put some of their big men forward. When you play a back 5, it means you've got 5 defenders who are typically, especially if you're a central defender, which they've got 3 on the pitch. And in fact, Chancellor Mbemba, Axel Tuanzebe and Steve Capaldi all make their way forward. Zonal marking from Portugal. Arthur Masuaku just slips over the microphone before composing himself for this delivery. He actually plays it short to Visser. One, they've clearly worked on the training ground, but it didn't come off, and now Bernardo Silva will come forward. That's incredible defending by Johan Visser, getting back in and making a great challenge. Pedro Neto felt he was fouled off the ball. Referee hasn't seen it. Matasami will give it to Arthur Masuaku. Masuaku back. It's a poor cross in, and looks like Portugal are going to be able to deal with it. And turns out that one of the players in blue had gone a little bit too early. Really good determination by Johan Visser to get back in as Roberto Martinez is barking instructions out to his team. An accomplished and an experienced international manager. Of course, spent many years with the Belgium national team. Many saying that he almost wasted the golden generation of the Belgian national team and that he was undeserving of the Portugal role. But he seemed to silence those critics when they ended up winning the UEFA Nations League, the latest iteration of the UEFA Nations League. Beating Spain on penalties. Comes into Vitinha now. Vitinha will just give it to Thomas Orejo. Orejo out to Renato Veiga. Veiga will just give it to Nuno Mendes. Play a quick 1-2 now. Portugal did secure their 9th World Cup appearance and their 7th in a row with what was relatively ease, even if a home draw against Hungary in October and a defeat in Ireland in November delayed the celebrations until the final match day. And in that final game, Roberto Martinez's side, who were without Cristiano Ronaldo, who'd been sent off in Dublin, thrashed Armenia by 9-1. And variety is clearly the key quality here. Martinez capitalises on the tactical versatility of his squad. João Neves and Mateus Nunes can operate as fullbacks or midfielders, sometimes in the same match, of course. João Cancelo and Diogo Dalot both play comfortably on either flank, and Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva constantly rotate roles. And despite this fluidity, the coach's selections remain stable. The starting 11 has at least 7 untouchable spots. The spine is well defined, led by figures such as the goalkeeper, Diogo Costa, Ruben Diaz, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva and Cristiano Ronaldo, with Nuno Mendes and Vitinha also serving as undisputed starters. And the head coach clearly wants his players to give everything and bring the values of the Portuguese people to the pitch. But ball goes in behind for Nuno Mendes, who's rampaging forward. Well done to the goalkeeper, Lionel, and Passi comes out and does well, and then it's fired in by Bruno Fernandes. And it's Bernardo Silva who's just chucking every limb at the ball at the far post to try and convert it into the back of the net. But it runs out for a goal kick. But that was really good play by Nuno Mendes coming forward. And it was Lionel Passi who came out and just got 2 paws on the ball, batting it away. Wan-Bissaka did really, really well. The recovery tackle. Ball goes back to the goalkeeper and Passi. And Passi will just launch it up. And it's a poor pass, actually. It's going to run all the way out for a throw for Portugal. So a throw to be taken on the right side by João Cancelo. Ball comes all the way back to the central defender, Thomas Orejo. Plays it into Vitinha, and he'll just switch out to the left side now. Nuno Mendes. Mendes out to the left flank. Pedro Neto just back to Renato Veiga. Now it's on this right side. João Cancelo just play it into Thomas Orejo. Now into Vitinha. Now Neves on the ball inside the D. Looking around for his options. He'll give it to Renato Veiga. Steps into the Congo half. Finds Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo back into Renato Veiga now. Now Vitinha. Vitinha will just switch out to the right side. Comes into Nuno Mendes. 20 minutes on the clock. Pedro Neto's made the forward run, but the captain for Congo, Chancel Mbemba, does well. Just get his body in front and coolly play it out. Goes back to the goalkeeper, Lionel Mpassi. Was under a little bit of pressure. He was able to just launch it up. That's with Mutasami. Mutasami will clip it forward, and Renato Vega will just bounce it back. It's into Vitinha in the middle. We go all the way out to the left side now with Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes inside towards Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes on the ball. Just barking out instructions again. A lot of leaders in this team. Comes into the midfielder, Vitinha. Vitinha will just play 1-2 with Cristiano Ronaldo. Cross to Thomas Orejo. Orejo into Bernardo Silva. 5th consecutive tournament for his country. It's back into Renato Vega. They're just slowing it down now. Are Portugal, not necessarily a bad thing. It's into Vitinha. Will soon be into the controversial hydration break. Comes to the left side. Now it's Orejo. Orejo to Vitinha. Now to Bruno Fernandes. No, it's Ronaldo, just bounces it back. Fernandes into Vitinha. Just needs to be a little bit more pressure from Congo. They're allowing Portugal just to play in front of them. You can appreciate that they've probably got the strongest midfield in world football. It's an incredibly strong midfield that they're lining up with. All the way out to the left side. It's across to Renato Vega. We get back to Nuno Mendes. 22.5 minutes to the game now. Next time ball goes out, it will be that hydration break. It's into João Neves. We're just keeping the ball really well at the moment, are Portugal. Fourth official down there, Qatari official, just speaking to the Spanish manager, Roberto Martinez. Of course, it's the Portugal head coach. Now Renato Vega on the ball. He's able to just get it out of his feet and step into the Congo half. Goes out to the left side with Pedro Neto. Bruno Fernandes tries to give it in. No, it's Mutasami, and it'll be blocked off by Bruno Fernandes. And we will head into that hydration break. So all 22 players and the referee will make their way over to get some refreshments on board. And as we've seen, the managers will try and make some tactical changes and try and influence the game. It's almost like the games here at the World Cup have gone into 4 quarters. Reminder, you can watch this game with your local national broadcaster. And a reminder of the big game at 9 o'clock, which we will be bringing you commentary of. England against Croatia. England starting their World Tournament journey against the Croatia side, who are their 2 most recent have come away with a silver and bronze medals. So certainly no mugs. It will be a very difficult game for Thomas Tuchel's team. But at the moment, here in Houston, Portugal are in almost cruise control. They are 1-0 up. It was the head of João Neves that gave Portugal a 1-goal lead. A really good delivery into the box by Pedro Neto, and it was João Neves who just headed in to the far corner to give Portugal a lead. Haven't really seen Cristiano Ronaldo get involved. Incredible that he's still playing at 41 years of age. Just touched the ball 13 times. He'd like to get involved a little bit more, but all the players down there just listening to their managers, deep in discussion. Sébastien Desabre, the French manager, is just speaking to his Congo side, passing on plenty of instructions as Congo supporters are enjoying themselves, almost partying in the stands. Doesn't seem like there's that much of an intense team talk from Portugal, though. Roberto Martinez speaking to three players, João Cancelo, Nuno Mendes and Bruno Fernandes. Potentially seeing something that he wants to see out wide. It's just a sea of red, isn't it? It's only a few people inside the stadium in blue. They're all now gathered around Roberto Martinez as they've been passed on some sort of instructions. Martinez very animated down there. Coming to the end of the international break though now. They will need to speed it up. Martinez with the thumbs up. Pleased with what he's seen. They've looked after the ball incredibly well, haven't they? Now both sets of players are onto the pitch now. We just need to improve that tempo. You feel the two teams just seem to slow down towards the end of that hydration break, but you'd hope that we'll have certainly sped up now. So out on the right side, it's Aaron Wan-Bissaka will get us back in play with a throw on the far flank. Just going to throw it up. Goes back, he's moved Cancelo. Cancelo inside and all the way back to the goalkeeper now. Out on the right side, Cancelo. Now for Masuaku. Battling on the left flank, formerly of West Ham United, of course. Currently playing his club football for Sunderland in the last year. Many people seem to think that Portugal are potential winners. It's Renato Veiga. She's going to launch it over the top. It's a really good weighted ball. There is Neto. He's already got one assist. He fires it across, but in the end it's good defending by Chancellor Mbembe. The greatest of crosses from Neto. It was a really good ball into him, and it was a well-timed run. Chancellor Mbembe just got across and defended it well. It is now going to be a corner here in the 29th minute of the game. I'll just go short. All the way out to the left side now. So lofted in by Bruno Fernandes. It's back across. And then it's just out on the far flank now. And then it's back inside towards João Cancelo. Cancelo will just play an inside ball. Out on the left flank with Nuno Mendes. Decided against trying to run at Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Araujo. Oh, it's a brilliant ball, by the way, by João Cancelo. Cristiano Ronaldo, the captain for Portugal, was asking for it. It was a really good ball in behind, but Ronaldo just didn't read it well. Hasn't really got involved yet. He's playing at his 6th World Cup. Unbelievable that he's still going at the age that he is. Just a little bit ahead of him. So, it's going to be a long ball that goes up. It's back across, and the goalkeeper's just going to launch it out. Give it to Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes on the ball. Already 275 passes completed, just 55 for Congo. But Yohan Wissa with a good pass out to Makeu. Here is Makeu on the ball now. Goes out to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who will deliver it in. Put away by Thomas Orejo. It's given away, and now it's Bernardo Silva. So we switched out to the left flank. Just a little bit too strong for Pedro Neto. So a little bit of a moan. Comes all the way back into Axel Tuanzebe of Burnley. Just goes out to the right flank now. Comes into Steve Capaldi. Capaldi will just bring it forward for his team. One ball up, and Nuno Mendes will just cut that out. Mendes into Vitinha. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper in all yellow. Hasn't been challenged just yet. Here is Renato Veiga, and he's under pressure by Yohan Wissa, and I believe Wissa just catches him. So Al-Jazim just giving the free kick. It's a good press, though. Can't really complain at it. So it's going to be a free kick taken by Diogo Costa. Costa will just launch it up. Bemba is competed for it, and Neto has gone down, and the referee's got out his yellow card. He looks like he's struggling, is Pedro Neto. Chancellor Mbemba is laughing at the decision to give a free kick. It's going to be a yellow card dished out to Chancellor Mbemba. Let's have a look at this one. There's not much he could do for that. He's gone up for the ball, and Neto just hasn't jumped with him. He's almost ran into his forearm. And that's very harsh to book the former Newcastle United defender. See why he's complaining, but he's the second player of the game to go into the referee's book. Yeah, looks like a free kick. Can't really complain at that one. Just giving them the opportunity with Nuno Mendes. Delivers it in. There is the aforementioned Mbemba, who will just boot it away for his team. Now it's out on the right side with Makeu. Makeu just comes out to Steve Capaldi. Capaldi will bring it forward for his team. It's a great ball, though. Oh, it's taken a little bit of a nick off Thomas Orejo on the way, and almost made it awkward for the goalkeeper. He's ended up in the hands of him. It's back with Vitinha. Vitinha on the ball. Gives it to his teammate at Paris Saint-Germain, João Neves. João Neves inside to Vitinha. All the way out on the left side now. It's a good ball. Back to the left flank. Bernardo Silva, back to Nuno Mendes. Is it into Renato Veiga? Veiga on the ball. Of course, there were tragic events in 2025 which have been recognised by Roberto Martinez since the deaths of Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva. They've included the former's name on his squad announcements. Martinez was close to leaving the national team a year ago, with Jose Mourinho reportedly waiting in the wings, but winning the Nations League earned him a vote of confidence from the Portuguese president, the former international referee Pedro Proença. He did suffer his first defeat in the qualifying phase after 43 matches. The Spanish coach secured his third ever global event appearance, having gone twice with Belgium without much stress. However, that doesn't mean the cycle with Portugal won't end this summer even without success. Ball is out on the left side. So for Masawaki will try and get there, and it must have taken a touch off him. Edo Kayembe, who's complaining about it as the throw's been given to Portugal. Edo Kayembe plays his club football in England with Watford. The sting of the shot was taken out of it, and it hooked its way into the hands of Lionel Mpassi, the 31-year-old shot stopper, who's a curious paradox. A backup goalkeeper to a Ligue 1 club in France, club fighting for survival, yet an undisputed starter and often outstanding for the Democratic Republic of Congo. Ball's out on the right side with Araujo. Araujo into Vitinha. Vitinha out to the left side, comes out to Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes into João Neves. Oh, it's a good ball forward towards Pedro Neto, but then the touch just goes through to the goalkeeper. It's a real late bloomer, and Mpassi came through at Paris Saint-Germain, but he didn't truly emerge until he played in France's second division with Rodez. French-born, he had to wait until his mid-20s to establish himself as a starter. His defining moment came at the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations when he converted a decisive penalty against Egypt. Smiling as he walked up, a moment that elevated him to cult status among Congolese fans. Like a few dual nationals, he discovered his connection to the country through football and has since become one of its most beloved figures. So interesting stats so far in this game. Portugal with just one shot so far, and that was the goal, of course, one on target, whilst Congo have had 3 shots and 1 on target. Araujo gives it into Bruno Fernandes. Despite all the control that Portugal have had, they have lacked a little bit of an attacking nature. Seem a little bit too chilled out at the moment. Here is Vitinha. Just gives it into João Neves on the ball. Goes out to the left side. Oh, it's Renato Veiga of Villarreal. Mendes is in behind. There is the left fullback in an attacking position. Left side of the box, tries to cut it back. Congo deal well with it. But now it's Cancelo. Now Chancellor Mbemba gives it away cheaply. Back into Mendes now. Thought about the early cross in. It's actually just going to come short to João Neves. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Back into Neves. Neto now. Portugal once again just decide to recycle the ball. That's back into
studs in the ball and then rolls it out to Cancelo again on the right in front of the DR Congo dugout. Vega on the ball midway inside his own half, central. Rolls it out left there to find Vitinha. Neto, back to Vitinha. Araujo again. Portugal still just metronomic in possession here, but not really foraying. But a Mexican way of doing the rounds here at NRG Stadium. That's never what you want to see. That's summed up how things have gone the past few minutes. Cancelo now tries to get past Masuaku, can't do so. Wins it back, but illegally so, says the linesman, who was only a couple of steps away, and that's a free kick to the African side. Portugal, who have a good record against African teams, however, it was Morocco who ended their 2022 World Cup in the quarter-finals, the 1-0 win on the way of becoming the first African side ever reach a World Cup semi-final. They did kick off their last tournament in Qatar with a 3-2 win over Ghana. As I mentioned, play later this evening. That's a midnight kickoff, UK time, against Panama and Toronto. Nodded down. There's Cancelo, who's robbed. The ball just wouldn't sit with Vissa, and Mendes can come away with that. That could have really gone horribly wrong there for Portugal, but once the ball wouldn't sit for João Vissa. Nice layoff from Neves to Fernandes. Mendes now on halfway on the left-hand side. This is the second game here in Houston at this World Cup. The first was Germany's 7-1 drubbing of Curaçao. Game on Sunday evening. And coming up here at NRG Stadium, we've got Netherlands v Sweden in 3 days' time. Portugal will say back here against Uzbekistan on the 23rd before Cape Verde against Saudi Arabia on the 26th. That's all the group games.
Here at Congo, and England's depth at right back growing. Wan-Bissaka eventually made the switch. Since earning his first cap in September 2025, his performances have quickly silenced those who once questioned his late commitment. Portugal on the ball. It's out to the left side now. It's inside towards Vitinha. Vitinha with João Cancelo. Cancelo into the right fullback. And we'll go all the way back to Diogo Costa of Porto. Costa was born in Switzerland, came through the academy at Porto. He saved 3 penalties in a single shootout against Slovenia at the European Championships in 2024, which is a tournament record, in fact. Here is Vitinha on the ball. So Portugal, just 2 shots in the first half. Certainly hasn't been one for the ages, and what has been this last week has been entertaining game after entertainment. There hasn't really been much defensive football at all. There's been plenty of goals, plenty to shout about. Portugal with 80% of the ball in this game so far, as Bernardo Silva comes forward, gives it away cheaply. It's back across now, but Vitinha wins the ball back for the Portuguese national team. Gives it into the goal scorer, João Neves. Now it comes up to João Cancelo. Cancelo out to Bernardo Silva. blocked off, it looked like, but it will just run through to the goalkeeper in all grey, Lionel Mpassi. Will roll it out now to Mutasami. Out on the left side, it's Edo Kayembe. Kayembe into Nagael Makeu. So we head into additional time. Be at least 3, I imagine. Well, there has to be at least 3 because there's a 3-minute hydration break, of course, during the World Tournament. It's going to be an effort by Mutasami. It's actually blocked off by his fellow player Makeu. And then João Cancelo was just brought down on the edge of the box. Free kick to be given by the official Al Jassim. So ball out on the left side with Nuno Mendes. We are into 4 additional minutes. Here is Thomas Arejo. Just going to switch it all the way out to the left side. Will be headed by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. McKay, well tackled by Nuno Mendes. As touched comes off Mendes. It will be a throw for Congo, as known as DRC. Transformation under Sebastian de Sabra can perhaps be summed up by one sentence. The coach said to Leopard's Foot in an interview that discipline must begin on the pitch. And the Frenchman has imposed structure on a national team long associated with chaos and inconsistency. More than a traditional coach, de Sabra operates almost like a manager in the English sense of the term, obsessing over details ranging from defensive positioning to the Federation's communication strategy. So far it has worked. He initially favoured a 4-2-3-1 formation after taking charge in 2022. De Sabra has gradually evolved his tactical approach. They now most commonly play a 4-1-4 shape, which is pretty compact with a deep holding midfielder, 2 energetic number 8s given freedom to press and carry the ball. Hard working striker, usually Cedric Bakambu, who's asked and tasked with constantly stretching defences with his movement. Well, as we're seeing today, the Leopards are also comfortable switching to a back 3, who's notably during qualifying against Togo and South Sudan. So this is an opportunity with 90 seconds remaining of the half for Congo to come forward. It's Arthur Masuaku on the left side. Pulls it back there to Mutasami. From the angle that I was given, it didn't look far off at all. I'm not sure that Mutasami ever got a true connection on the strike, but it wasn't far off at all, and those Congolese supporters are certainly enjoying themselves in the stands. It was good play by Masuaku, and I tell you what, I didn't notice that. It's taken a big deflection off Vitinha, and it's going to be a corner with 1 minute remaining. Can there be a final opportunity of the half for Congo? Minute to go here. Right arm up in the air of Masuaku. Left-footed cross, headed at the near post by Vitinha. It's going to be kept alive by the captain, Chancel Mbemba. Mbemba will fire it in now, and it's taken a nick off the Manchester United midfielder, Bruno Fernandes, and it will be a corner. The Lille defender has just remained down on the ground. There's a little bit of concern here for Chancel Mbemba. Just took a little touch off Bruno Fernandes. One of Congo's most experienced internationals. Played in Portugal, England and France, known for his leadership and versatility. Sebastian de Sabra, the Frenchman, watches on. This certainly will be the last opportunity of the half as we tick into the 50th minute of the game now. We can hear and see the Congolese supporters dancing in the stands. It's a good opportunity this for the Leopards. It's the Sunderland fullback, Arthur Masuaku, who's getting ready to deliver in. The referee just reminding the players of their duties not to foul here. Goes short, in fact. It's with Makeu. Just give it into Masuaku. Left-footed cross. There is Johan Visser! And Congo Congo have found the equaliser in the game. And it's Newcastle United's Johan Visser with the important goal of the game. And right on the half-time whistle, it's Johan Visser who heads past Diogo Costa. And you've got to say, it's a deserved equaliser, as the Congolese supporters go absolutely mental. But Portugal have not been good enough in this first half. They haven't played at a high enough intensity, and they've completely switched off there. And we've said it all along coming into the tournament that Portugal will struggle at defending crosses into their own box, and that is exactly what they have struggled to deal with there. Johan Visser has found himself free, peeling off Bruno Fernandes. Costa unable to repel the effort. And at half-time of this game here in Houston, it's Portugal 1, the Democratic Republic of Congo 1. You can join us again in quarter of an hour.
Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok.
on TalkSport. Brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
Ordinary is ordinary. It's nothing to write home about. But Quiff could take any ordinary bet and make it extraordinary. Any bet you place with Quiff could
exciting. Yeah, very exciting.
Right, forget about the money. You're here now. What do we think about the game?
I think we're going to do 3-0.
2-1.
Going 2-1, I reckon. 1-1.
And what's it been like in Dallas? You know, you've sort of, you know, it's a lot bigger than the UK, right? So you're now finally here at the game. You're excited. What have you made of it as a host nation?
Oh, the Big D Texans, they love it. Everything's bigger. Do it Texas, do it larger. They've been very welcoming. It's been great.
And the food's not too bad, right?
Food's amazing.
I don't know why I'm asking you.
I love that. That's the England fans here at the Dallas Palace speaking to another valued member of our TalkSport team on England.
Bernardo Silva has made his way off the pitch, and coming off for him is Francisco Conceição. Conceição, who has missed out on Champions League football for next season. Plays his club football out in Italy with Juventus. But after a 2-1 defeat against Fiorentina on the penultimate match day of the Serie A season, Juventus had to settle for Europa League football. So, Francisco Conceição on, which means they are bringing on a more natural out-and-out winger, are Portugal, as ball's clipped up towards Conceição, but that'll be headed away by Arthur Masuaku. He gives it to Edo Kayembe. It's a tricky winger is Conceição, very fast, left Porto after falling out between his father, Sergio, who was the coach, and the club president, Andre Villas-Boas, in 2024. He wears the number 7 shirt that once upon a time belonged to Cristiano Ronaldo. Francisco says his father was the best coach he's ever had. Sergio did admit that he had to use stick as well as carrot to get the best out of his son. Sergio Conceição said in an interview that he gave him his debut during lockdown, but that he felt he was a bit chubby. So he said, if you are hungry, you need to drink water. And he said to make sacrifices and to go far, you have to have a certain type of mentality. As Renato Vega's on the ball, he just sends it out to the left side. Comes into Pedro Neto. Neto with a step over or two. It's now going to be a left-footed cross in all the way towards the far post. The Sao is there. He felt that he was dragged down to the ground. He's complaining. Edo Kayembe is just speaking to the referee right now, and looks like the referee isn't really interested in the complaints of Conceição. Not much in it. Masuaku maybe had a little hand on him, but can't be given a foul there. We'll go out onto that far side now. Out on the right side. As we've got the ball, it will be launched up. Left side. It's on the left flank. Goes into Makeu. It's back into Kayembe. Moving to Makeu. The way out to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. No, Angel Makeu. There's Cedric Bakambu with the effort. Well saved by the goalkeeper in all yellow. Diogo Costa, just able to push it away. Very good goalkeeper, pushing it out to his left side. Just came forward towards Cedric Bakambu. He got it out of his feet. It was on a real tough angle, but Costa still had to make the save and did well. It's launched up. There on the left flank is Arthur Masuaku. Conceição wins the ball back, and then it took a touch of Masuaku and goes out for a throw. Comes out to the left flank with Renato Vega. Vega gets the ball out of his feet. Left-footed touch taken by him. Sends it into an area for Pedro Neto to chase, but his touch just sees it go out of play, and Congo will be happy taking a goal kick and taking the time on it, of course. Certainly no rush at all. His end product should be much better though, Pedro Neto, you feel. Certainly a player of his ability. You feel that he's got a lot more to come. Too long for the goal kick from Lionel Mpassi. So the new rule suggests that should be a corner, so it will be. It's going to be a corner. And it's going to be a fantastic opportunity now for them to deliver in, and Lionel Mpassi will be absolutely fuming if this ends up in the back of the net. Francisco Conceição on that far side. They've conceded from a corner. Can they now score from one? He's going to pull it short. Visser gets there ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo, and then it's going to be cleared away. It's all the way back to the goalkeeper in all yellow. Costa into Nuno Mendes. Mendes will come forward inside to Renato Vega. There is Vitinha. Vitinha on the right flank. All the way out to Francisco Conceição. Conceição will drift inside. It will now be across towards the far post. That'll be headed away by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now it's Vitinha. Vitinha into Ronaldo. Ronaldo into Nuno Mendes, who fires it across. That's brilliant defending by the central defender down there, Axel Tuanzebe. And a long ball goes up towards Cedric Bakambu, but Renato Vega can just go all the way back to his goalkeeper, Diogo Costa. That's Bruno Fernandes. Launches it over the top towards Mendes, but the goalkeeper will just see it run out. Really good play there by Nuno Mendes. Linked up well with Ronaldo. Fired it across towards João Neves, but Tuanzebe did very, very well. So the goalkeeper is going to launch it up. It's going to go all the way up, out to the right side now. There is Cancelo. Up towards Thomas Orejo. Orejo across to Renato Vega. Up towards Francisco Conceição. Towards Cristiano Ronaldo. Plays it across to Vitinha. Vitinha out on the right flank with João Cancelo. Cancelo drifts inside, goes out to the left flank with Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes into João Neves. Oh, it's an unbelievable goal. An overhead kick by João Cancelo, but he's denied by the official's flag on the far side. It's Taleb Salem Al Mari's flag that goes up instantly. João Cancelo thought that he'd put Portugal back in front with an overhead kick. Bruno Fernandes drifted it forward, and it was just chested by João Neves into the Barcelona fullback Cancelo, who finished it with so much arrogance with an overhead kick, but it was offside, and it has been confirmed because Congo come forward now. Cedric Bakambu with the cross in, blocked off by Renato Vega, and it will now be a corner for Congo on this occasion. It's a really good cross in by Bruno Fernandes, and it was well chested. It was clever play by João Neves, and then a superb overhead kick by Cancelo as Arthur Masuaku makes his way over to take the corner here. They've already scored from one corner. Can they threaten again? In it goes, headed by Renato Vega. João Neves will head it on. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And forward, touchdown by Neves. Neves will boot it away. Can only boot it to where Aaron Wan-Bissaka is, though. All the way out on the right side. Miguel Mikeu plays it back. Oh, it's well done by Cedric Bakambu. He gets his effort away. The referee has spotted a foul down there. Cedric Bakambu just fouling his man, according to the referee. But Portugal should be worried. They're struggling to deal with Congo, and that was an excellent opportunity. I'm not sure that's really a foul on Bruno Fernandes, but the referee felt that it was. I'm not sure there's much in it. We're going to get some changes. It's Congo that will make the second change of the game. And Gael Mikeu of Lille, midfielder, known for his energy and pressing. He makes his way off here. And coming on for him is a player that you certainly will have heard of, Noah Siddiqui, who's been outstanding for Sunderland this season, the 21-year-old. And by choosing Congo before the age of 20, Siddiqui sent a strong message to a generation of dual nationals still hesitating. And he opted differently. The midfielder who grew up in Belgium would likely have been part of the World Cup with the
far side.
Red Devils anyway.
Play by João Neves, and then a superb overhead kick by Cancelo as Arthur Masawaka makes his way over.
Cadet, my supporters, he's already seen as future captain, admired for his maturity and leadership despite his young age. He's a versatile midfielder. Siddiqui operates as a dynamic box-to-box presence for club and country. After a promising breakthrough season in the Premier League with Sunderland, certainly gives him the perfect stage to further elevate his profile. So Nuno Mendes has stayed down on the ground, holding his foot. He felt like he was stood on. He was, but it surely can't have hurt that much. Just down on the ground. Portugal need to get on with things. They can't draw this game. So it's going to be a throw to be taken by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And we'll give it to Noah Siddiqui, and he'll return the ball by booting up towards Diogo Costa. Costa just gives it to João Neves. João Neves out to Thomas Araujo. Araujo on the right side to João Cancelo. It'll be clipped over the top towards Francisco Conceição. Tries to take it past, he's unable to, and he'll just be blocked off there, and it's now going to be a corner. And now we're into the game. Both defenders, Thomas Araujo and Renato Vega, have now made their way forward here. We're waiting for this delivery to come in. It's on the far side. Nuno Mendes' left arm up in the air. Away towards the near post, headed away by Johan Visser. It's now just going to be clipped up, and Arthur Masawaku will see it run out for a goal kick. It's a really poor ball in, actually, by Mendes. Seemed a little bit lazy the way that he crossed it into the box, if I'm being honest. Ball out to the left side now with Arthur Masuaku. Masuaku all the way up towards Cedric Bakambu. And all the way through to the goalkeeper Diogo Costa. Costa into Renato Vega. The most comfortable passes back into him. And they are on the right side now. It's back inside. Portugal with just one effort on target so far. That'll be a major concern to Roberto Martinez as Neto gives it to Nuno Mendes. Really well disciplined at the moment. Congo off the ball. They're impressive, aren't they? As Congo lose it, and now there's an opportunity. Johan Wissel will come forward. Now Siddiqui. On the left side, João Cancelo is across and he deals well with it. Just blocks him off from going forward. Which is going to be a throw. Level with the 18-yard box. It's going to be knocked forward and headed wide of the goal. It just bounced up and Steve Capaldi was the man that eventually got the head on it. And has ended up just going wide of it. So, all the way inside.
Throw in his locker, that certainly is coming back into... Is it cool to do long throws again? Tony Pulis and Rory Delap will be saying it always was. There's plenty of teams all top leagues around Europe and in international football who are now deploying it again, and they waited 62 minutes to have a chance to deploy it today, but clearly the Leopards of the Democratic Republic of Congo have one too, and they are level here with Portugal. An early opener from João Neves for Portugal after 6 minutes, cancelled out deep into the first half stoppage time. The last play by Johan Wissel. There's a ball over the top for Neto, too long, and and Pazzi and Zhao comes out to get that one. Owen Gray, the Harv goalkeeper, he bowls it out to Kayembe, who's fouled by Fernandez on the right hand side, midway inside his own half. Bruno Fernandez giving the universal hand symbol for a dive towards Abdul Rahman Al Jassim, but the official does not share that view, and it'll be Chancel and Bemba to take this free kick for the Democratic Republic of Congo, who have certainly more than played their part in this game. That's risky from the goalkeeper, nearly charged down, but he gets it away over the head of both Masuaku and Cancelo, and out for a throw in for Portugal on the right, on halfway. Araujo now to Neves into the DR Congo half. Conceição on the right hand side. Fernandez. Fernandez now to Araujo, who's got forward now for Portugal. Cancelo sent away down the right hand side. Cancelo space for a cross. That's everyone looking for João Neves, but not clever enough to fool Steve Capaldi, who steps across Neves and sightlets are out for a throw in. Cancelo blocked. Another throw in for Portugal, taken quickly by Neves to Araujo. Delivery from Fernandez away by Tuanzebe. Back for Mendes. Axel Tuanzebe, who's the reason, or a big part of the reason why DR Congo are here. His extra time winner, the only goal of the game in Guadalajara against Jamaica back in March to secure their spot at this World Cup. Here's Conceição in line with the edge 18-yard box. Cuts on this left foot, good delivery, and Conceição away by Mbemba, ahead of Ronaldo. There's Mendes to Neto, who can't control Wan-Bissaka, comes away with it. But Mendes will get to it before Kayembe. He's twisting, turning, and combination of Matusame and Kayembe. They thought they had him on toast there, Nuno Mendes, but the foul is given. Now Vitinha finds Cancelo. Cancelo the ball looking for Ronaldo, well read by the goalkeeper, who then immediately launches one forward looking for Bakambu. It's too long for him, and that was very nonchalant from Diogo Costa to almost dink it back over the onrushing Bakambu's head. To Cancelo, but it worked out okay. Here's Neves. Araujo over the halfway line. Conceição. Cancelo overlapping. There's not much room down there, not a touchline. So Francisco Conceição goes inside, and he was barged off that ball by the new man Noah Siddiqui. Now here's Neto. Fernandes faced up by Mbemba. Now Neto tries to go past Mbemba. Good challenge. Neto will get the second ball. Still battling down there with the DR Congo captain. And was he fouled there by Kayembe? No, says the referee. Neto has stayed down, but away goes Edo Kayembe down the right for DR Congo, and he's almost certainly wrestled Nuno Mendes to the ground, just a couple of steps in front of the DR Congo bench. And now Mendes and Samuel Matusame having a few words down there, and João Vissa's getting involved. And, well, as I say, it's only a few steps in front of the Portuguese bench, and they're being held back by the linesman. It's all getting a little bit feisty here. A bit of frustration from Portugal, and I can see why, because I think that's a foul initially by Kayembe on Neto. And it's just a MMA style takedown from the Watford man on Nuno Mendes. And Renato Vega having words with both Kayembe and Vissa. Abdul Rahman Al Jassim just stepping in here to settle things down. And we're about 68 minutes. I would imagine the second half hydration break will be imminent, but play on for now as the free kick's taken by Mendes to Vega. Now Vitinha to Araujo on the halfway line. In the centre circle. He comes striding forward, the Benfica centre half. Gets it back off of Cancelo. Now Conceição in line with the 18-yard box. Araujo back to Conceição. Neves back to Araujo. Tight down there. Oh, and there's Conceição's in the box now, loads of room. Conceição cuts it back. Ronaldo wide. Oh, and I think Bruno Fernandes was in a better position behind him. But Ronaldo tried to dig out the shot and put it wide. He absolutely was in a better spot, Bruno Fernandes. But Cristiano Ronaldo trying to take the effort on himself. Fernandes was a step or two behind him and would have strode on that with the instep of his right foot and most likely buried it. But Ronaldo, the ball was behind him and he tried to dig out a first-time shot that went wide, and indeed that will be the last play before this second half hydration break, and that's the biggest chance of the second half for Portugal, and I'd say the biggest chance of the game so far for Cristiano Ronaldo. And I think maybe even he knows himself there that he should have let that one roll to Bruno Fernandes behind him in a better position. But the DR Congo team and their French head coach Sébastien Desabre are hanging in there. 70 minutes gone, they still level. Desabre, who had a bit of a nomadic managerial career since taking out his first job back in 2006, the now 49-year-old Frenchman. He's largely toured after leaving France, largely toured around different club teams in the Middle East and North Africa. He was in charge of Uganda from 2017 to 2019 and was put in charge of the Leopards back in 2022 after Hector Couper left after failing to see the side qualify for the 2022 World Cup. And well, Desabre mission accomplished for him this time around. Looks as though we are going to have a couple of Portuguese, Rafa Leao down there, and also Nelson Semedo. We are in Roberto Martinez's hydration break huddle. No word yet as to who they're replacing, but as the camera hones in on Cristiano Ronaldo, I think even he'll know he should have left that one for his teammate. In hindsight, certainly whenever he ever sees the replay of it, he'll know. So we have 20 minutes of normal time plus added time left here at the end of this one. So our first change I mentioned is going to see Rafa Leao come on here for Pedro Neto, so a fairly like-for-like change. A wide man from AC Milan replacing one from Chelsea. Leao certainly a real bag of tricks. He'll add something different to this DR Congo backline to deal with. And the other sub is going to see Nelson Semedo of Fenerbahce come on for Nuno Mendes. So that's also a like-for-like change at fullback. So that is Leao and Semedo on here for Neto and Mendes. So back underway. Goal kick for DR Congo after that hydration break after Cristiano Ronaldo spurning Portugal's best chance of the second half, and I would say his best chance of the game. He hasn't really been a central figure. I said earlier at the top of the broadcast that yesterday we saw some of the real superstars this World Cup breakout. It was a great day in their opener for Kylian Mbappe in France, Erling Haaland in Norway, and of course last night then Lionel Messi scoring a hat-trick for Argentina against Algeria. But so far Cristiano Ronaldo, who I'm sure would want to emulate some of those performances from yesterday, has not been able to do so far in Portugal. In need of some inspiration as we approach the final quarter of an hour here at NRG Stadium in Houston. Yeah. Man who normally wears number 7 around these parts, CJ Stroud, the Houston Texans quarterback. That's the number 7 they're used to seeing at NRG Stadium. It's a different number 7 leading the line today. Now here's Semedo, first touch for him. Cuts inside, Fernandez, lovely ball, Conceição to the byline, cuts it back for Ronaldo, and it's deflected wide. Oh, I don't think it even was deflected wide. They are finding some space down that right. It's a hole. Cancelo has moved over to the left back with Semedo at right back, and it's a brand new right hand side from the one that started here for Portugal. Semedo and Conceição making good leeway down the right there, but Conceição's cut back for Ronaldo, not finished, and looks like there's going to be a sub here for DR Congo as the referee helps Ido Kayembe to his feet, although not quite coming off just yet. He is indeed. Subs here for it. Conceição anyway, so that foul by Capuati is overruled. Tuanzebe forward. Araujo goes back to Diogo Costa. There's good work from Tuanzebe to wrestle that one away from Ronaldo and go back to Mpasi and Zhao. Long ball forward, too long for Bakambu, taken well, nice touch by Araujo. Vitinha. Fernandes. Leao to Fernandes again. Neves, Vitinha. Portugal dominating the ball here. They've got 8 minutes plus stoppage time to get something from this. Leao, faced up by Pickle. Now the edge of the box for Cancelo, away by Tuanzebe, picked up by Vitinha. And one back by Matusame, and can DR Congo break here? It's one for Johan Vissa to chase, but Renato Vega is going to get across, wins the slide tackle. Tackles it into the DR Congo dugout, and Vissa immediately gets us going here at Bakambu, right corner of the penalty area. Dark red and light blue shirts flood towards the Portuguese penalty area. Siddiqui. Now ball into the back post from Coyote, it's too long. And it's plucked out there by Diogo Costa, and now he bowls it out underarm for Rafa Leao. We're going to get a bit of a basketball match here at the end of this one. The basketball team in Houston are the Rockets. It's going to be a bit of that for this last 8 minutes or so. Here's Ronaldo down the right hand side. Conceição. Tuanzebe forward. Conceição rolls it back to Semedo, right corner of the penalty area. Neves. Conceição tries to go past Kayembe. Good defending. Yoris Kayembe. Conceição battling as a free kick to DR Congo. The two of them had a hold of each other's shirts, but it's adjudged that it was the Portuguese man who had more of Kayembe's shirt than the other way around. So now a fourth sub of the game for Portugal, made by Roberto Martinez. There's going to be one Paris Saint-Germain player for another, as Vitinha is sacrificed here on 83 minutes in place of Gonzalo Ramos, a man who may well be out the exit door from the Parc des Princes this summer, but a man who has scored many a crucial goal, particularly off the bench for the Parisians. Boy oh boy, do Portugal need one from him now. The Democratic Republic of Congo, though, desperately holding on here for what they hope. They've already got their first World Cup goal, and they'll be hoping now for a first World Cup point. Capuati beats Conceição to that one, and Vega wins ahead over Vissa. Knockdown from Ronaldo, looking for Ramos, hammered away by Mbemba. Bakambu can chase. Is he onside here? Don't know, it doesn't matter, he takes an air shot anyway. Indeed, the offside flag is up, and Diogo Costa says that's okay, I'll take it quickly, and away go Portugal. Cancelo to Leao. DR Congo also about to make a couple of subs here. Their last two it would be. Bakambu. That's going to be a throw in the DR Congo. They'll make those subs now. One of them is bring on, oh no, he's not going to make the sub just yet. Simon Banza, the forward, he plays his club football in the UAE. Now here there are other subs. You know, it's Simon Banza coming on, who plays for Al Jazeera in the UAE. And also coming on, Gideon Kalulu of Aris Limassol in Cyprus. So Banza and Kalulu are coming on here for Bakambu and Wan-Bissaka. Those are the last two subs here for DR Congo. Banza and Kalulu on for Bakambu and Wan-Bissaka with 5 minutes to go plus stoppage time, and immediately into the action goes Banza. Vissa won the chase, but it's going to be played back to Diogo Costa. Now here's Semedo. Now Fernandez on the halfway line. Leao. Portugal still one sub up the sleeve if Roberto Martinez chooses to use it. Neves. Semedo. Neves again inside his own centre circle. Araujo down the line for Semedo. Too much on it though. I'll beat both he and Yoris Kayembe to the sideline. Gets a round of applause from Roberto Martinez, but he knows his side do not have long left here if they want to get their World Cup campaign off to a winning start. Back with Diogo Costa. And here's Bruno Fernandes. That's Leao on the left-hand touchline. Well won back there by Mbemba, the captain. He booms one away. Vega's going to go back inside his own half to get that one. Portugal, they're back here next Tuesday for their second game against Uzbekistan before rounding off their group stage on Saturday 27th. It was early morning UK time against Colombia in Miami. For DR Congo, one of the minute, Cancelo across the box. A great save by Mpassi and Zhao. Ronaldo was lurking and the goalkeeper held on and made sure he did not let go. For DR Congo, also next week, next Tuesday, there's a yellow card being given by the referee there for Nelson Semedo for a foul on Yuan Vissa.
Train is now unstoppable.
For Congo, they will travel to Mexico for their next game.
That's up in the air. Ashdeep getting under
Colombia
it.
in
Ashdeep
Guadalajara
taking it.
before rounding off their campaign in Atlanta against Uzbekistan. But for now, we are approaching the final minute here of the 90. Before I'm sure what will be a bit of a chunk of added time. Banza. Pickle. Banza. Is that a foul by Fernandez? No. Here come Portugal. Neves over the top for Conceição. Conceição out of his goal comes the goalkeeper. Great work for Mpassi and Zhao. He came about 10 yards outside of his goal there and beat Conceição to it with a header that actually ended up finding Kayembe. Now here comes DR Congo. Vissa with 35 yards from goal. Pickle with a back heel there. It's just forces Kalulu to go back to get it, but he keeps it in under pressure from Leao. Now Mutusame. Back to Kalulu. And now back to Chancellor Mbemba, who then goes all the way back to Lionel Mpassi and Zhao. And certainly there's nothing about this DR Congo performance late on here that suggests they are happy just to sit on what they have. They want to go for this here. Like I said, this is not, with all due respect, a Spain versus Cape Verde scenario where one team is just, or should be, substantially better. This DR Congo performance, despite Portugal being the favourites, many were calling this a banana skin beforehand. So far it has been. Conceição to Fernandez. Conceição, edge of the D here. Great tackle there on him by Sadiki. Back at it though come Portugal. Ball the outside of the boot looking for Ramos, away by Tunzebe. Araujo beats Banza to it. Edge of the box. There's a strike. Oh, just wide. Oh, Bruno Fernandes it was with a low left-footed effort. Has he won a corner from it? No. His low, hard effort just wide of the post from the Manchester United captain. Now we are into the red. We're over the 90 now. It's a great effort from Bruno Fernandes. Goodness me, he had Lionel Mpassi and Zhao diving for that one. We've got 5 more minutes here. We're about 30 seconds into them now. Diogo Costa long. Great header won there by Kalulu above Leao. Cancelo beats Vissa to it though. Portugal midway inside their own half. Fernandes turns it around the corner for Semedo, who's going to put his head down and go over the halfway line. Finds Conceição on the right, faced up by Kayembe. Conceição, Semedo overlapping. Good sliding tackle by Joris Kayembe. Replaced Ido Kayembe, no relation, but that's good work from the Ghent fullback. A minute of the 5 added on has been played here. Fernandes delivers. Ronaldo gets up. Header glances on. Leao gets to it in the left-hand corner of the penalty area. Cancelo, not much room out there. And a good challenge there from Kalulu. And, well, Simon Banza went to get that ball off the Portuguese bench. And one of the Portuguese subs or subbed players, can't quite work out who it is, throwing the ball over his head. And that had a bit of a rumble there on the sideline. Ooh, and that's a cruncher there from Araujo, who has just clobbered Johan Vissa. He's been booked initially here by Abdulrahman Al Jassim, and I think DR Congo players are wanting the referee to go have a look at VAR in this one here. The Benfica centre half just stepped.
A throw. Portugal goal kick. We've got a little over 2 minutes left now. Nelson Semedo. Nelson Semedo out on their right side. 94 minutes. Comes back into Rejo. Rejo into João Cancelo. Cancelo across. Comes into Bruno Fernandes. João Neves scored after 6 minutes. Semedo. It's on the right flank. And takes a touch off a Congo defender. It's going to be a corner. It was Joris Kayembe who got the touch. This could be the last chance of the game now. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's had nothing to do so far. He's in the box now. It's going to be a cross to come in. Right arm up in the air. Towards the penalty spot. The goalkeeper comes and collects, and then will jump down on the ball. But remember, he's only got 8 seconds. The goalkeeper in all grey will launch it up. It's an awful kick forward, in fact. Just puts more pressure on Congo. Out on the right side now to Bruno Fernandes. Pulls it back. It's an awful pass by him. That will allow Johan Vissa to come forward. Vissa takes a heavy touch. Can he get past the Portuguese defence? He can. He keeps on going. It's well tackled eventually, though, by Conceição. And Johan Vissa will knock it off him. It's going to be a throw. It's been outstanding today as Johan Vissa. And now him and Conceição having a little bit of a argument down there, going head to head. Nelson Semedo will push him away. And the referee is going to end it there. It's a famous point for the Democratic Republic of Congo. And it's a point that they deserve. Portugal not good enough. Not decisive in their actions. And after they took an early lead, courtesy of the head of João Neves, it was Johan Vissa, who was unbelievable today, who found the equaliser. And Congo, you can't even say they've hung on for a point. They arguably were the better team. But it finishes Portugal 1, the Democratic Republic of Congo 1.
World Cup Game Day live on TalkSport. Brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
There are 2 teams guaranteed to bring home a world-class result this summer.